this one time I was walking to McDonald's with my friends and I was trying to get my friend across the street. So I was like, I don't know, I was like moving my hips and a guy whistled at me out of the car like, can I get your number? And it was kind of a mess, but I don't know.
So usually when I'm walking down the street, most guys approach me with complete ignorance. They go, hey, yo, foreign, let me talk to you. And it's like, what type of stuff is that?
So then what does that word mean?
That you're biracial or that you're not completely black, and they take ownership in that.
Well, this one time I was walking to work, and this was in Lakewood, so usually this stuff kind of doesn't happen because like Lakewood's known as like a more classier neighborhood, but and this was like at I think 5 o'clock. I was walking to work because I was late, so I missed the bus, and I was wearing my work clothes like a skirt and all black, dressed like semi-nice, and I passed by this bar and there was these two guys in the front. They were talking. One of them seemed kind of drunk. I don't know if he was or not, or he was just being weird, but he kind of just like, I forgot what he exactly said, but he called out to me and he's just like, oh, hey baby, hey. And I'm like, I just turned around and gave him a look, and then I kept walking and he started like sort of following me, and he was just like, hey, and then his friend like stopped him and he was like, oh, I'm sorry about that, but then they almost like both started following me at one point. I don't know, but I just started walking really fast.
How does that make you feel?
Not very good, because I wasn't even like trying to draw attention to myself. I was trying to get my friend across the street because she can't walk very well. So I don't know why he felt the need to do that.
So this was during the summer. I was walking back to the dorms, and a guy came up to me and he asked me my name, and I told him. He was like, Paris, wow, you're a vacation and an adventure. And was like looking me up and down, and I was wearing a skirt and a sleeveless top, nothing like, and it was a long skirt too. It wasn't too short. And he was just like, "Oh, can I get your number and this and that?" I'm just like, "No, sir, goodbye." And he went back to the other side of the street.
No, it was the day before Halloween, and I was walking with a few of my friends, and a guy told me that I looked like a horse, and then he whistled at me and told me that I had like nice legs. And then my friend was like, oh, really? And then he said I looked like a possum. And then he kind of went back into his house.
Actually, I was here at school, and I went up to one of the Chipotle's down on East 2nd Street, and me and my friend Steve were waiting for the bus, the Healthline, to come back and get us. And this older guy came up to me, and he's like, hey, baby, can I borrow your phone? And then like I made it very clear I didn't appreciate the like advance of him calling me baby, and I was like, no, and just don't call me baby. And then he immediately flipped and was like, all right, well, what am I supposed to call you then, a bitch? And I was like, well, no, that's not how you would address anybody. So I don't know why you would say either of those things. And then, I don't know, then you have like your typical like yelling out of car windows and whistling and like all the names, baby girl, honeys. I got sweet tits one time. That one was interesting. Don't really understand that one. Like, I don't know, you get all your typical ones that you get.
Have you ever catcalled someone?
When I was younger, more immature, yes. And then my parents had to set me straight. So from experience, it's not cool at all. There's a lot of people out there who don't have home training, common sense, and know how to treat a human being, whether it's male or female. I look at it from both sides.
Like, it was kind of funny at first, but then it was just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this one time, this guy thought it was okay to try and take a picture of me because I looked like Taylor Swift, and that was like really not okay because he was really older, and he like tried to like take a picture of me. And then this one time, well, this happens actually too often, but like older guys like try to like they use an excuse to like kind of get close to me because it's like really loud at my work, and they just kind of like grope me or like grope my knee and stuff. And like one time this guy like grabbed my arm. He's just like, yo, can I buy you a drink? And I'm like, no. And he just like kept bugging me the whole night. And one time he like literally grabbed my arm. I had to like go talk to my boss about it. But yeah, and that happens a lot too with servers, which is like really sucky.
So do you think it's a compliment?
No, catcalling is not a compliment. It's not a compliment because it doesn't really focus on anything of who I am as a person, which I don't appreciate. And also, it makes me uncomfortable. If it makes someone uncomfortable and it's very clear that it's very unwarranted, then it can't be a compliment. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. Even if you have like the nicest intentions ever, it's very clearly not okay.
Even when it doesn't even sound that degrading. I just think it's just not okay to yell at people on the street and make a girl just feel uncomfortable. Like even like a lot of guys like this is like defenses are. It's like, well, I'm just honestly complimenting her. I'm just honestly trying to say something nice. It's like, yeah, but you like the girl could. You don't know how the girl's gonna feel about that. She's gonna feel like she wasn't she's just minding her own business.
If you were walking down the street, say with like your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, and someone said something like that to them, how would it make you feel?
It'll make me cringe. And, you know, just wow, there's people out there who really talks like that, and I think it's really cool. And what makes it even sad is that it could be the same people who know they're wrong, but they just don't care.
Do you think that circumstance or any other circumstance where you've been approached that way is a compliment?
No, it's a disgrace.
And
It's disrespectful.
Does it makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah, because it's like black is beautiful. I don't have to necessarily be mixed to be approached.
If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to like yell at the girl or even like follow her, like what else are you willing to do? It's just like don't do it. Don't give her the idea. It's not a compliment, and women aren't just like a piece of meat to like look at on the street.